Folks, we are looking at some severe winter weather hammering the country right now, and I want to sit down and walk you through exactly what is going on. We have already seen over 9,000 flights grounded, heartbreaking tragedies out in California, and major highways shut down all the way from Pennsylvania up to Massachusetts. If you live anywhere near where this freezing rain or snow is hitting tonight, listen to me closely. The choices you make in the next few hours are absolutely vital for your safety. I am going to take the next 30 minutes to give you the honest truth and some practical help. I'm not here to bore you with complex charts or scientific jargon, just plain talk about the dangers and how to keep your family safe, like a neighbor looking out for you. First, let's look at the lay of the land so you know what we are up against. The atmosphere is jammed up tight, just like rush hour traffic that won't move, because the jet stream steering our weather has locked into a dangerous groove. One arm of this system is heaving moisture right off the Pacific Ocean into California, while another branch is dragging bitter cold air down from Canada to collide with warm air from the south, creating a mess in multiple states at once. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this pattern is digging in its heels for at least the next 2 weeks. We are looking at a marathon of snow, ice, and cold, so you need to prepare your mind and your home for the long haul. Let's focus on the upper Midwest first, folks. In the Dakotas, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Iowa, you are in the bullseye of a blizzard right now. You might see 5 to 8 inches of snow, but it is that howling wind that makes this life-threatening. We are talking about sustained winds hitting 35 to 40 miles per hour, with gusts tearing through at 70 that is dangerously close to hurricane strength mixing with that snow. What that means is you won't be able to see the hood of your truck in front of you. If you are safe at home, stay there. Do not risk your life on roads where snowdrifts are piling up and the wind chill is dangerous. Please, do not run out for a quick errand or to check on the shop. That is how good people get stranded and lose their lives every winter, just by underestimating the storm. Chicago, you are directly in the path, and timing is everything. If you are at the office, pack up and head home immediately, because the roads that are passable now will be a parking lot by supper time. I know it is a hassle to leave work early, but getting home safe to your family is 1,000 times more important than any meeting or deadline. Cleveland, you have a few hours of grace behind Chicago, but do not squander them. Get your business done and hunker down before the sun sets and conditions turn nasty. Now, for my friends near the Great Lakes, that cold Canadian air is rushing over the relatively warm water, firing up the lake effect snow machine and burying western Michigan as we speak. Western New York and Erie, Pennsylvania, brace yourselves, because those bands can dump 2 to 4 inches of snow every single hour. I am not exaggerating. That kind of intensity turns a clear road into a whiteout faster than you can blink. If you are in snow country, you know the drill. Check your pantry, get your flashlights ready, and please check on your elderly neighbors. And listen, be careful shoveling that heavy snow. It puts a terrible strain on the heart in this cold. Take it slow, catch your breath, and do not be too proud to ask for a hand if you need it. I want to talk to the Northeast now, specifically regarding the ice threat tonight. We have a winter weather advisory from 4 this afternoon until 2 in the morning for folks north and northwest of New York City. I am talking to families in the Hudson Valley, parts of Connecticut, and northern New Jersey. You are in the thick of it. We are expecting freezing rain that could leave a glaze of ice up to 0.2 of an inch thick. Now, that might sound small, but that clear ice coats the roads and you cannot even see it until you are sliding. It looks just like wet pavement, but it is a skating rink. It does not matter if you have a big 4-wheel drive truck. 4 wheels spinning on ice just means you slide into the ditch 4 times faster. That weight of ice is enough to snap tree limbs and tear down power lines, creating outages that could leave you in the dark and cold. If you have shopping to do, get it done and get inside before 4 o'clock. Once that freezing rain starts falling, park the car and keep the keys in your pocket. No trip is worth risking a wreck on icy roads. If the power goes out tonight, are you ready? Do you have batteries, blankets, and food that doesn't need cooking? If not, run to the store right now, because it is better to be over-prepared than caught off guard. Down in New York City, Philly, and the coast, you are getting a cold rain that is making a mess of travel, with over 9,000 flights already disrupted. If you do not have to fly, don't. Check those apps constantly and reschedule if the airlines give you the chance to do so without a fee. Out west, California is taking a beating with nearly a year's worth of rain falling in just a few days, causing heartbreaking floods and mudslides. We have already lost 3 souls, and my prayers are with their families, while thousands more are sitting in the dark without power. The danger is highest where the wildfires burned recently, because that scarred earth cannot soak up water, turning hillsides into rivers of mud and debris that move faster than you can run. These debris flows destroy everything in their path, and they strike without warning. If the authorities tell you to evacuate, grab your loved ones and go immediately. Houses can be rebuilt, but we cannot replace you, so please do not try to ride it out. This storm train is not slowing down, so please take these warnings to heart. Finally, a word on driving. If you absolutely must be out, remember that speed limits are for sunny days, not snowstorms. Drop your speed by 20 miles per hour or more. Getting there late is a whole lot better than not getting there at all. And give the folks ahead of you plenty of room, 8 to 10 seconds of following distance on slick roads. If you pass a landmark before you finish counting to 8, ease off the gas and give yourself some grace space. Number 3, and this is the golden rule of winter driving. Smooth is safe. I'm talking smooth acceleration, gentle braking, and fluid steering. Any jerky moves are just asking to break traction and send you into a spin. If you need to slow down, start way earlier than you think and feather those brakes. And if the rear end steps out, take your foot off the gas, do not slam on the brakes, and steer right into the skid. Keep your eyes locked on where you want to go, not the ditch you're trying to miss. It's a simple fact of mechanics. Your hands are going to naturally follow your eyes. Number 4, have the good sense to know when to fold them. If you can't see past your hood, if you're sliding all over the road or you're seeing wrecks left and right, find a safe spot, get completely off the highway, and wait it out. Hazards on. Call your folks so they don't worry. Just sit tight. Reaching your destination 5 minutes early isn't worth risking your life. You need a survival kit in that trunk. No excuses. Throw in a warm blanket, a solid flashlight, first aid gear, some protein bars, water, a phone charger, an ice scraper, a small shovel, and a bag of kitty litter or sand for grip. If you do get stuck in a drift, stay with the vehicle. Run the engine for 10 minutes every hour for heat, but for heaven's sake, check that tailpipe. Crack a window to keep the air moving so carbon monoxide doesn't build up. We lose people every single winter to carbon monoxide poisoning just because snow clogged the exhaust pipe. Now, let's talk about securing your home. If the forecast calls for ice or a heavy blanket of snow, get ahead of it now. Charge up every phone and tablet you own. Fill the bathtub or some pitchers with water in case the mains break. Gather your meds, flashlights, and batteries, and put them on the kitchen counter where you can find them in the dark. Got a fireplace? Haul that firewood inside today. And if you're running a generator, hear me loud and clear. That machine stays outside, 20 feet from the house. Never, ever run it in a garage or enclosed porch. It's deadly. Don't let those pipes freeze on you. Leave a trickle of cold water running in the faucets, especially the ones on outside walls. Open up those cabinet doors under the sink to let the house heat get to the plumbing. If you're heading out of town, keep that thermostat set to at least 55 degrees. If you wake up and the water stopped, shut off the main valve immediately. The real damage happens when the ice thaws and splits the copper. That is when you get a flooded basement and a massive repair bill. This brings me to the most important part, looking out for our neighbors. This is where we show what this community is really made of. Think about the widow down the street or the elderly couple next door. They might not have family around. They might be scared to drive to the store. A quick knock on their door just to ask, "Are you okay?" can be a lifesaver. Do they have groceries? Is their furnace working? Do they need a hand with anything? If you've got a warm house and a hot meal and they're sitting in the cold, bring them in. Share what you've got. That is practical Christianity. We don't wait for the government. We help because it's the right thing to do. Remember what Jesus said. Whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me. Checking on a neighbor during a blizzard? That counts. Parents, Sit your kids down for a minute. Teach them how to layer up wicking, layer first, insulation second. Explain frostbite so they know it's serious. If their fingers go numb or turn waxy white, that is a red alert. They need to come inside the second they feel that deep cold setting in. Don't let them be heroes. Set a timer on your phone. When the wind chill is down in the cellar, 30 minutes is plenty for the little ones. If you've got teens behind the wheel, have a real heart-to-heart with them. Tell them to double their following distance and slow way down. And tell them this: if you get scared, pull over and call me. I will come get you. Make sure they know that being late is fine. We can fix a schedule, we can't replace them. I want to touch on something that drives folks crazy: the changing forecast. You see one model say a foot of snow, the next says 2 inches. It's not that the meteorologists are incompetent, it's that the atmosphere is a fluid, chaotic beast. We're predicting the future based on math, and the variables change constantly. When a weatherman says 4 to 8 inches, he isn't hedging his bets. He's being honest about the uncertainty. A shift of 50 miles in the storm track can transform a blizzard into a rainy day. So here's my advice. Don't glue yourself to the screen every 5 minutes. Check a trusted source in the morning and at night. Look for the trend, not the exact number. If every model is screaming big storm, prepare for a big storm, even if the inch count wiggles around. If they're calling for a major ice event, get ready for power outages. Focus on the impact, not the exact location of the line. And listen, if someone on social media is telling you exactly how much snow we're getting 2 weeks from Tuesday, scroll past. That's guessing, not science. Beyond 7 days, we're looking at patterns colder than average or stormy, but the specific details, it's too far out to say for sure. Plan your life based on the 3-day outlook, not the long-range fantasy. One more thing we don't talk about enough is the mental toll of winter. When you're shut in for days, staring at gray skies, it weighs on your spirit. That is completely normal. Feeling a little anxious or stir-crazy doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're human, reacting to a tough situation. Pick up the phone, call your mom, video chat with the grandkids. Don't just text, hear a voice. If you're stuck inside, make the best of it. Dust off that book you've been meaning to read. Do a jigsaw puzzle. Cook a comfort meal. Keep your mind busy. Your mental health is just as important as your emergency kit. If you're a person of faith, lean into that. Open your Bible. There's a peace that passes all understanding available to you. Psalm 46 reminds us God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. That isn't just poetry, folks. It's a rock you can stand on. You don't have to carry the worry all by yourself. All right, let's look at the week ahead. Tomorrow, Monday, we actually get a brief reprieve along the I-95 corridor. New York City is going to hit 48 degrees. It'll feel like a heat wave compared to what's coming, so enjoy it. Tuesday, reality hits back down to 32. Wednesday, New Year's Eve, we're sitting at 35. And we ring in 2026 on Thursday with a high of just 33. If you're brave enough to head to Times Square Wednesday night, bundle up. Midnight temps will be hovering around 31. It's not Arctic, but standing still for hours, the cold seeps in. Wear the layers, the good wool socks, and a hat. Don't let frostbite ruin the celebration. Folks in the Midwest and Great Lakes, keep your guard up. The lake effect machine is cranking up again. It's going to be relentless cold and snow all week. This isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. Check your supplies and make sure you're stocked for the long haul. Out west in California, that atmospheric river train keeps rolling. The ground is saturated, so flash floods are a real threat. Keep your go bag packed and listen to local officials. If they say move, you move. Don't get comfortable just because you dodged the last one. I'll leave you with a bit of wisdom from Proverbs 27, verse 12. The prudent see danger and take refuge, but the simple keep going and pay the penalty. That's the playbook right there. Be smart. See the storm coming and get ready. Don't be the guy who ignores the warning signs. Preparation isn't paranoia, it's just wisdom. But remember, we don't operate out of fear. 2 Timothy tells us God gave us a spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. You can be prepared and peaceful at the same time. Check the batteries, fill the pantry, and then sleep soundly, knowing you've done your part. People ask me sometimes, why prepare if God provides? Well, God provided you with a brain. Using common sense is a way of honoring Him. Stocking up isn't doubting God, it's using the wisdom He gave you. Checking on your neighbor? That's His love in action. Faith isn't passive, it's active. Noah didn't wait for the rain to start building the ark. Joseph filled the storehouses before the famine hit. Practical preparation is biblical. So, get your house ready, look out for one another, drive safe, and trust that the good Lord is with us through it all. Folks, here is the game plan for the next few hours. If you have not hit the store yet, make a run now for the essentials. Non-perishable food, bottled water, prescriptions, and plenty of fresh batteries. Do not forget to top off your gas tank. That vehicle is not just for travel, it is a mobile lifeboat that can provide heat and charge your phone in a pinch. Plug in every device you own right now, and keep your insurance papers and deeds handy just in case you need to leave in a hurry. Keep some hard cash in your wallet, because when the power lines go down, those credit card terminals are useless. And let's not forget the four-legged members of the family. Make sure you have enough kibble and water set aside for them, and a warm, secure spot for them to hunker down if the house gets cold. I want you to go locate your main water and gas shutoff valves right now. They are usually found where the service lines enter your home. If a pipe bursts, you do not want to be fumbling around in the dark trying to figure out how to stop the leak. Learn it today. Also, please test your smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. When folks start using space heaters or fireplaces during an outage, the risk of fire and poisoning skyrockets. Pick up the phone and check on your kin, especially the seniors, or anyone battling health issues on their own. Verify they are prepped and ready. Let them know you are just a phone call away. Swap numbers with your neighbors, too. If the cell towers fail, you need to know who is within walking distance that you can lean on or who might need your help. If you rely on daily medication, ensure you have at least a 7-day supply on hand. If the bottle's looking low, get that refill immediately because the pharmacy might be locked up tight once this storm hits. For those dependent on medical devices like oxygen concentrators or CPAP machines, you need a backup power strategy in place. Know exactly where you are heading if the lights go out. For my friends running businesses from home or managing remote teams, think about your continuity plan. If the grid fails, how long can you afford to be offline? Do you have a generator ready? Shoot a message to your clients now to manage expectations. A little foresight today saves you a massive headache tomorrow. Let's take a step back and keep some perspective. Winter packs a punch, but seasons change, and this cold snap is not forever. Spring is coming. Until then, we do what we have always done. We prepare, we adapt, and we look out for one another. That is how we get through this, not just surviving, but coming out the other side as a tighter-knit community. You have got this. Use common sense, stay off the roads, and lend a hand where you can. Avoid foolish risks. And remember, the good Lord who commands the winds and the waves is watching over you personally. He knows the storm you are facing, and He is walking right beside you through it. Scripture reminds us in Matthew chapter 6 not to be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. That is not an excuse to be lazy, it is wisdom on where to focus your energy. Be prudent today, get your house in order, and do not let fear of the what-ifs steal your peace. Here is the bottom line on the forecast. The Midwest is looking at blizzard conditions with dangerous whiteouts through tomorrow. Folks north and northwest of New York City, watch out for freezing rain. We are talking up to 0.2 of an inch of ice that will bring down trees. California, keep your guard up for more flooding as another system rolls in. And for everyone else, this deep freeze is sticking around for at least another 14 days. Your marching orders are simple. If you are in the impact zone, get home and stay put. Build up your emergency kit. Check on the widow down the street. Stay off the highways unless it is a life or death situation. If you are in California and they say evacuate, you go. Keep your ear to the ground and stay tuned to your local weather service. Remember, you are ready for this. You are resilient, and you are certainly not alone in this fight. Reach out if you need support. This storm will pass, and we will be standing tall when the sun comes out. May God bless you, keep your family secure, and grant you wisdom and peace while the wind howls outside. Bundle up, stay safe, and be a good neighbor. We will talk again soon.